Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second Convention of Roots election debate. Each candidate will be asked 5 questions, and then we'll let the audience ask what questions they want. For the first question, why do you want to run for the convention? We'll start with Case.
So I begin. All right. That's a
If you
great
stand in front
question.
of the. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm running because I want to change stuff. That's pretty clear. I feel as though the way the Las Vides government is run is very heavily focused on the government and not on the citizens. It's politics done for the government and not for the citizens. So you can look at the past few laws. There hasn't been any laws that were passed to make the life of the citizens easier. There hasn't been any laws passed to make cool events. It was just stuff that was changed government-wise, which I find somewhat disturbing because the government are representatives of the people and not representatives of themselves. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright. Up next, can we have Ustaf? That's how you pronounce your name? Yeah. You can say in chat.
I'm running because I got bored.
The next question is, what is your opinion on keeping the chief? Should we get rid of it, or should it be elected, or keep as it is? We'll start with Case again. Case?
Right. I believe so far the chief has done its good and its bad in our government. I believe there's no reform needed, as there hasn't been any problems. There was really no over grab of power, authority, or anything else really which would be of concern to have the chief removed from his unelected position. I also feel as though the chief in his past few terms, or the past few chiefs, have done a good job at organizing stuff, governmental wise. So I do not believe there's a need to elect the chief democratically. Um, though I feel it could possibly have some benefits behind it. Though if you look at the convention right now, there's 2 people that already said they're running for the fun of it, which is their decision. But if that would be the same mentality with the chief, and given how much power he has, um, I don't think that would be, the best idea. But again, that's up for debate, in my opinion.
Ustaf, your turn.
All right, so my opinion for the chief is that I believe that we should outright just remove it due to the concurrent fact that the entire government does not respect the chief in any political way, and there's no organization within the government at all. From a non-chief vote perspective, I believe that there's an omnipresent feeling of extreme claim autonomy and an extreme lack of respect for the crown, and also the fact that everything's so dispersed and generally dangerous people are so kept with high positions, either due to blackmail or friendship. I believe due to those factors, the chief should be completely removed.
Darth says, I think we should keep the chief. Right. Moving on to the next question. If you could change one thing in Las Vides, what would it be? We'll start with Case again.
I definitely think the first thing I will be doing is introducing a ministry that heavily focuses on events and law, in which I'll also be helping, obviously, even if I don't get elected. Because I simply believe there's nothing to do in Las Vegas. I mean, if you hop on into your day-to-day life, there might, in every 2 weeks, there might be a Gartic event phone, and also that is not guaranteed. So I feel like, a law series, some events, which by the way, I already have some planned, could really help Las Vegas, and I think it would be fun. Obviously, taking feedback from citizens and seeing what they want to have event wise is also going to be one of the things I'll be doing. Yeah.
Ustaf?
What was the question again?
The question was, if you could change one thing in Las Vides, what would it be?
Oh, replace like 80% of the government members, type of members.
Mm-hmm.
They're all bad.
And lastly, Darth. Darth has said, more events and stuff for people to do. Moving again on to another question. Why should the people vote for you? Starting with Case again.
I believe I have the best reforms, or the ones that would be the most fun and most enjoyable. I mean, no offense to all staff, but again, it was just like changing stuff about the government. You know, it's not that I don't care about the government, it's just that I feel like that's not the priority right now. Because anytime I hop on, want to do something in Las Vegas, either nobody we see, or it's just, there's nothing to do really. So, yeah, that's that. And yeah, I also believe I have a lot of experience since I basically wrote the charter. Um, yeah, stuff like that. Thank you.
Staff, your turn.
You guys should vote for me because first off, okay, there will be a lot more stability to the nation as a whole, and make sure that the government doesn't fall apart like it almost did, and and with the people with our chief getting changed 50 times in a row like last time.
Now, for each of you, you'll have a individualized question about the charter. Please don't look it up. Starting with Case. For what
Yes.
reason can the chief temporarily void the convention? Temporarily void the convention, like disband it.
You mean, is it martial law, I believe, right? Declare, so if there's war, right? I'm not sure though. I believe
Yeah.
it's if there's a war, he can disband parliament temporarily.
The charter
I don't
says.
remember what.
The charter says
Yeah.
if there is a war, the chief can void or disband the convention with confirmation from the judiciary and probably another branch as well. For
Yep.
staff's question, how do judges get their role?
What form of judges?
Like high judge or presiding judge?
In my opinion, or via the government?
No, this is a question about the charter, like a quiz, pop quiz.
Oh, I have no clue.
Right. And for Darth, what's the maximum amount of leaves there are? Or there can be? Wait, no, Darth left. Alright. That concludes the questions we've got. Now we'll be taking questions from the audience for the debaters. If you've got a question, just say in chat. It could be to all of them or individualized. Harrison said, "Is Zamots or Maravilla? Who is better?"
Marvia.
If I may answer, I mean, I believe it depends. I like the community of Zamalt a lot better, if I'm not going to lie. But strength-wise, I believe it's Maribel. I believe they were referring to, the people, but I'm not sure.
In every single class, Marvia is better than Zamos. This is not an opinion. This is objective fact.
If you want to believe that, that's fine.
Next question. Engulf asked, if you guys all did a build battle, who would win?
Case.
That is indeed the truth, Nuke. Yes, I would win, but that doesn't make me a better candidate.
Case. I suck at building. I cannot build for the life of me.
I'm not going to lie, I'm also not that good of a builder. I just started learning Axiom, but I think I have a lot of the
Bro.
basics down. So
I can't build.
that is a truth, Nuke.
You know what? You know what? If anyone who doesn't agree World Edit is better, I'm kicking you out the race. Oh,
Well, how did sucks ass?
Get out. Get out.
No, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh?
Any other questions, or shall we wrap up the debate for the day?
Is Case gay?
Yes. Next question.
Alright, it's
Harrison
debate over.
said,
I wanna kill
would you
everybody here.
ever consider vassalizing under Maravilla?
Yes. No, I don't. Probably. If the government keeps turning out stuff like this, then probably.
Case?
It's a really good question, and I have to say, it really depends on the circumstances. If I'm not going to lie, so far there's no incentive to join Maravilla. I believe there's actually less profit than there is. There's more bad things than there's good things, because sure we would have protection, but there's no threat. You know, it's proactive acting. You know, I mean, sure, if we were under threat, it depends. If we have other options, I would consider them. So I would not purely look at Maravilla, but I would rather, see who's the strongest person we can unite with, or get a FMA or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I've got a question for you. I've got a question as well. Would you rather we join Valvian or we unite with Zamots?
Are you asking me or Case?
Both.
I think it's.
No, wait. Case,
Case, you're fucking muted.
you're muted.
I know. I thought also. Okay, I could. Yeah, sorry, I could answer first.
Ease up.
So I think I'm not sure about what the war meta is right now, and I'm not sure if uniting with somebody who's on the continent is better, if being closer matters. So, but in general, since I believe Thalvion has more nations, sorry, allergies. Since Thalvion has more nations and a bit bigger citizenship, and also a bit more resources than Zamox, as far as I'm aware, I would probably rather unite with Thalvion, though it also depends. I think I would rather stay independent. I mean, there's also no incentive to just unite with them. It just doesn't make sense. There's no reason to do it. I mean, independence is really so you know what I mean.
So concurrently, I feel like it would be Dalvion due to the concurrent fact that Zamos is currently getting targeted by multiple countries right now. So uniting with them would not be the best thing. So Dalvion being a foreign nation and with actual military prowess could actually be a useful thing. It always depending on our current needs and such. But concurrently, I do believe that staying independent would be the only way. But for the best, we would probably have to vassalize.
Any other questions, or shall we wrap it up here?
Can I kill everybody here?
No. You do. I swear to God.
I do have a question for Oddstaff, if that's all right.
Yep.
Could you remind me? You stated the government almost fell apart. When was that? I don't.
It was during the time when I was when Marvilla had a casus bell on Las Vides, and during the few days that was happening, we had to I had to deal with that when I was still admin, and the government essentially fell apart with Purple leaving.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really aware of that. As far as I'm aware, I think Purple left because of pressure, not because of that.
I'd say a mix of both.
It was a lot of different things. You know exactly what you did.
What did
What
I
do you
do?
mean? Who did what?
Nothing.
Yeah, and another one actually. Even though nobody's NBC with anymore, I just quickly want to ask.
Oh my god, it's
Um,
just us. No, I'm
I'm
you
recording
said
this, so I'll put that
you
in
I'm
also
the
yeah.
bored.
video.
Sorry, just really quickly. You also said you want to remove the chief because he puts all his friends into the high government positions. Um, how do you make that statement? Like, how do you gather this information? Because as far as I'm aware, if you just really
Okay, well, you were an admin for like for like 2 days, and I saw